Just like Eastern Orthodox is the mystical branch of Christianity, Sufism is the like for Islam. Sufis exist throughout the Muslim world as both Shia and Sunni. The purpose and focus of Sufism is the quest for knowledge of God, also simply known as the truth, realized in a series of inner states or experiences. Where religion is the external manifestation of the pathway to God, Sufi, meaning mystic, is the inner path. It was originally influenced by the ascetics of the Eastern Christian tradition, and they also emphasized the importance of renunciation of worldly things, a celebration of poverty and inner purity. Sufism originated back with the Prophet Muhammad, a profound mystic who is said to have taught his son-in-law, Hazrat Ali, the techniques and inner truths of this mysticism. The followers of Muhammad, his son, and subsequent followers of the practice eventually evolved into several orders of Sufism. Sufism truly came to arise roughly 100 years after the founding of Islam, and came along with the fear of increased materialism within the Islamic faith. Many believed that by becoming materialistic, it would stop one's connection with the spirit. Sufism has been controversial in the history of Islam because their emphasis on the inner life has often been interpreted as a rejection of the outward observance codified in Sharia law and in ritual observance such as daily prayer. The 11th century Persian theologian Al-Ghazali is renowned in part because he sought a middle way between the pious theology of Sharia and the experiential devotion to God affirmed by Sufism. Today, many Muslims believe that Sufism is outside of the sphere of Islam. However, one of the foremost scholars of Islam, Sayyid Hossein Nasr, described that Sufism is simply the name for the esoteric, mystical, or psycho-spiritual dimension of the same writings, and followers of it believe that it is of the utmost importance for the evolving modern world. While mainstream Orthodox Islam tends to frown upon the use of music in worship, Sufis have a long tradition of using music and dance for devotional purposes. Probably the most celebrated example of this are the whirling dervishes of the Turkish Mevlevi order, today often witnessed as a tourist attraction, whose mystical dance is said to emulate the revolution of the planets around the sun. Some Sufis have made sense of their connection with the divine as an actual union with God. The sayings of the 9th century mystic Abu Yazid al-Bistami often features a shift in voice from the third to the first person, addressing his readers as if he were God. While the Quran portrays Muhammad using the same practice, the suggestion that mystical experience leads to an identification with the divine remains controversial, especially among the ulama, lawmakers of Orthodox Islam. At the end of the day, the essence of Sufi practice is very simple. It is that the Sufi surrenders to God in love over and over, which involves embracing with love at each moment the content of one's consciousness. Any of your perceptions, thoughts, and feelings, as well as your sense of self, are seen as gifts of God, or more precisely, as manifestations of God. In March of 2016, India hosted its first World Sufi Forum, in which India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, described Sufism as Islam's greatest gift and a wonderful alternative to more political aspects of the Islamic faith.